This is the first Pokemon game I ever played, and I'm going to try and Nuzlocke it. The rules for this Nuzlocke are going to be in the description, and while you're down there, if you could hit the like and subscribe button, that would be really appreciated. Now, without any further ado, let's go. We start off by choosing our starter, and like every small boy, it was between the cool blue crocodile and the flaming echidna. Sorry, Chikorita fans. But in the end, we choose the flaming echidna, Cyndaquil, and named him Barbecue because I was hungry and it looked like he could make an amazing burger using the flames on his back. We also made a deal with the professor that we have to go see a guy named Mr. Pokemon that found something weird, and we have to go give it to Professor Elm, which is fine by me. We then leave the Pokemon Professor's lab and get jumped by a small blue ball and a girl that apparently knows us and tells us that Barbecue is cute, which I already knew, and sometimes I should probably talk to him. So when she leaves, I check around and make sure no one's looking, and then I see how Barbecue's doing, and he says he's feeling good and sleepy. Like, really, Barbecue? Like, we just got you, and you're already tired? We then go speak to this kid looking through Professor Elm's window, and he gets mad and kicks me and Barbecue out of the way. We then get given some running shoes that are still warm, get given a mysterious egg, a Pokedex, and then get a call from the professor saying I should get back here now. I then get stopped by that kid who kicked me and Barbecue away, and it's finally time for some revenge. Which doesn't happen too fast because I just spam tackle until he dies. Barbecue then steals his trainer card, and then we go to the police, only to be immediately incriminated for the crime that we didn't do. Then let the officer know that the name of the person she's after is definitely called Bum, and then give the mysterious egg to the professor, who tells us we should take on the Pokemon Gym Challenge. We then get our second Pokemon, which turns out to be a Pidgey, and we catch it and named her Dinner because I was still hungry and waiting for my dinner to cook. We then stop off at Route 46 and get our next encounter, which is Rattata. We catch him and name him Not Rock because I was hoping to get the Geodude, so we have a Rock type for the upcoming Flying Gym. Next is Route 30, which after getting 2 Pidgeys in a row, we finally find a Hoot Hoot and name him Footman because he only has 1 foot, and I don't know what else to call him. He's going straight to the box anyway. Sorry Hoot Hoot lovers, but 1 normal flying type bird with keen eye as an ability is enough for me. Next is Route 31, which we find a Bellsprout and name her Trix, which will come in handy in a bit. We then go to the Dark Cave and find a Zubat and call him Manbat. Once we finally get to Violet City, we can go to the house that is just under and to the left of the Pokemon Center and trade our Trix the Bellsprout for an Onix named Rocky. Now this is how we're going to defeat the first gym leader. You see, Onix, or should I say Rocky, will level up faster than any other Pokemon because it is a trade Pokemon, and in HeartGold and Soul Silver, at level 9 he learns Rock Throw, 50 base power move, 90% accurate, that will be able to easily sweep through the first gym. So, after we get the giant rock snake, we then head to Sprout Tower to get our next encounter, which, because it is night, is a Ghastly. We catch him and call him Gas because, well, he's made of gas. We then get a call from Joey who tells us how godlike his Rattata is. Then we head over to Route 32 to get our next mon, and this time it is between Mareep and Wooper, because it is night and the other Pokemon we already have. We walk into the grass and get the encounter, which is Wooper, the water and ground type. So yeah, I was slightly annoyed that we didn't get a Mareep here because an electric type would have been really nice here, but I guess that's just how the game is sometimes. Anyway, we have Rocky out here because I don't want to kill it, and even if it gets a crit, we have Sturdy, so we can always just switch out at the end of the turn. What? No, what? How? What? Was I not at full health? Does Wooper have Mold Breaker now? What? Okay, so I forgot that Sturdy doesn't actually stop you from getting one shot in Gen 4 and lower. That was only changed in Gen 5. And I did the numbers, and yes, as long as that was a crit, even if Wooper low rolled, it would have still been enough to kill Rocky there. After Rocky's death, I then started the training arc and got all my Pokemon's levels to a minimum of level 10. While I was training though, Man-Bat decided not to hit his Supersonics 7 times in a row. Then the opponent snapped out of confusion on the very next turn. After the training arc, I asked Barbecue what he thought just before we entered the gym, and he said he was fighting off sleep? Really, Barbecue? We're about to enter our first gym challenge, and you're fighting off sleep? I mean, to be fair, I haven't let you sleep since I've got you from the professor. We then enter the gym and destroy the gym trainers. Then, it's just me vs Falconer. He starts off by sending out his Pidgey, as we send out Dinner. We go for 2 quick attacks that easily take it down. Next comes in his ace, Pidgeotto. We go for 2 more quick attacks before it goes for Roost, healing itself back up to full HP. I hit it with 1 more quick attack before swapping to Barbecue as it hits him with a Gust. Barbecue then gets hit with a Tackle as he goes for an Ember that also burns him. After taking another Tackle, Barbecue finishes him off with another Ember, winning us the match, the Zephyr badge, and the TM for Roost. He then suggests we go to Azalea Town to continue our journey. As we leave the gym, we get a call from Professor Elm telling us he is giving that mysterious egg back to us and wants us to try and hatch it. We go and pick up the egg and then ask Dinner what he thinks about it, but he is staring intensely at the shells. As we leave, this lady tells us that the egg is important, emotes in front of us, then says she's counting on us and walks away. We then get to Route 32 and get the Shell Bell. Next is Union Cave, and another encounter. And it is a Geodude, which gets one-shot by Rocky 2, so she can tell us how amazing she is. Thanks for that, Rocky 2. We then get the TM for Rock Tomb in the basement and then make our way out of the cave. Route 33 is up next, and we can't get an encounter just yet as it is nighttime and the only Pokemon that spawn are Rattata and Zubat, which we already have both. We then watch a grown man get kicked so hard it sends him tumbling backwards and then ran off like it was nothing. We then went down the well and kicked Team Rocket's butts. I don't know why they were called Team Rocket, but all I know is they were blasting off. Then it was time for the gym. We easily beat all the gym trainers, and it was just me versus Bugsy. I thought this fight would go fairly easy, but sadly I was wrong. We started off with Barbecue trying to burn his Scyther, as that was the most intimidating one. But after we got 2 Embers, which put it in the range to eat its Citrus Berry, it got off a Leer and a Technician boosted Quick Attack that almost one-shot Barbecue. We swapped in Dinner that took the second Quick Attack not so well. We then swapped in Gas as it went for its third Quick Attack that did nothing. We then put it to sleep, but as we sent in Rocky 2, it woke up and U-turned out. His Metapod was destroyed by Dinner, and then came out as Scyther again. He used Focus Energy as I went for Gust. That somehow did not kill, leaving it with 1 HP remaining. I then tried to Quick Attack it, but he goes for a Super Potion, making my Quick Attack hit like a wet napkin. As I go for Sand Attack to try and lower its accuracy, Scyther moves first and hits Dinner with a Quick Attack. That crits and one-shots. I could not believe what I was seeing. A gym leader that I once took as a joke has now one-shot my best chance at killing his ace. I was lost for words. So I did the next best thing I could. I looked at the chance of that KOing me and it was a 43.8%. Yep. The RNG gods were not on my side with this one. So, as I looked at my team, most of which would die in one hit, I thought this might be over. So I ran some numbers. Lots of numbers actually. And the best option was to send out Man-Bat and hope he went for Leer. which he does, giving Manbat the opportunity to hit it with a Supersonic. Now the smart thing for him to do is to click Quick Attack. Manbat is at -1 defense and Quick Attack has a 100% chance to KO. But not against a Ghost type. I swap to Gas as it goes for the Quick Attack. Next turn I try and put it to sleep, but it U-turns out of there. Then I swap in Manbat against his Kakuna. This part goes on for a bit as they each trade attacks, but it finally ends with Manbat taking it out. Then it comes back in. I go for the Supersonic, hoping to confuse it again. But it gets a crit, and one-shots Manbat. With 2 Mons down, and the rest of my team at least at half HP, I was running out of options. Barbecue was the next best to try take it down, and the one with the most HP, so it was his time to shine again. If it got a crit here, that would be the end of the match. But it goes for Focus Energy, making this the last turn I could stay alive. And as Barbecue uses Ember, it only brings its HP down to 50%. Now, with Focus Energy up, with Barbecue at 25% HP after healing with the Shell Bell, it was finally over. I clicked Ember hoping that I would go first, but I was wrong. Scyther went for Quick Attack. As I look back at all the good times we had together, I smiled, knowing that, even if we couldn't keep the team together, at least we were there at the end. And that's what matters. But it didn't crit. Now was our time to strike back. Now was our time to take the win. And with Barbecue's last Ember, he calls forth his fallen team members to help with a crit blaze boosted stab Ember to incinerate Bugsy's Scyther, winning us the Hive badge and the TM for U-turn. After that, I did some training so I would never lose another one of my team members. Then it was the rival fight, which, because of my training, was a walk in the park. In Ilex Forest, we get a new encounter. That was Metapod. Which didn't want to stay on the ball, so yeah, I'm not too worried about not getting a Metapod. We then helped out that woman from where we got the egg back in Violet City, but she said she didn't recognize me? Next was Route 34, and new encounter. That was a Drowsy. Straight to the box you go. We then get introduced to an old couple that happens to be our neighbour's grandparents, and her grandma thinks we are her boyfriend? She then gives us her number and tells her grandma not to say anything. In Goldenrod City, after I happened to walk into the wrong building and play a game of Voltorb Switch, which didn't go very well, we got to the radio tower and answered all the questions right the first time. 100%. We then trained up all our Mons and even evolved some. Next, we use our newest member of our team, Boys the Heracross, to beat up all the women. Trainers in the next gym. Then, it was me versus Whitney. Now, this was one of my most worrying battles. I remember way back when I played this game for the first time, I lost to Whitney at least 2 times before finally beating her. You see, back then... Okay, boys just one-shot a Clefairy. Nice job, boys. He then almost one-shot a Miltank, but it survived on red HP and goes for a Attract. So I switch out to Rocky 2, the same time she Super Potions. Rocky 2 then gets off 4 Rock Smashes that lower her defense by 4 stages before finally getting flinched, and swapped out for Boys. That one-shots Miltank with Brick Break, winning us the Plain Badge and the TM for Attract. Well, after she finished crying like a baby, that is. Next stop was Route 35, which we started training up Gas to be able to take on the next gym leader, which was a ghost type gym. But, as we were about to finish off destroying all the trainers, a stupid fire breather with 2 Magmars did the unthinkable. His second Magmar hit us with Leer the first round, as we went for Nightshade, and on the second round, it hit us with Feint Attack, one-shotting us. There was a 75% chance to one-shot us there, so I can't really be mad, but I was disappointed. I was really looking forward to using a Gengar with Levitate, but alas, it was not meant to be apparently. He then had the audacity to ask for my number after all of that, which I, not so kindly, refused. Oh, and our encounter here was a male Nidoran, which was good until I looked at his stats. Attack minusing nature and rivalry as its ability? Yeet! Straight to the box you go forever. Then, on Route 36, we finally get rid of that small tree that was blocking the way. It turned out to be a Sudowoodo, which we catch for our encounter on this route, and then go to Route 37 and headbutt some trees to get a Spinarak, which has an attack minusing nature. Why do you hate me? We then go to a burned down tower and see some colourful dogs / cats. We meet a guy that is looking for the blue one that is called Suicune. Also, I think this guy is blind because he can't even see it's right there. We then go down to pat them, but they all run off, so I guess they are more like cats then. Next is a ghost type gym, which Sushi destroys all the trainers first, and then it's just me versus Morty. We start off by using our proton packs to get rid of his first and second ghosts, but not without being cursed. Next is his Gengar, which sucker punches us as we hit it with Extra Century, which crits and one-shots it. Lastly is his second Haunter, which we switch to Sushi as it goes for Mean Look, trapping us with it. But we have to remind it that we aren't trapped here with it, it's trapped here with us, as Sushi bites it and wins us the match, the Fog Badge and the TM for HeartGold. We then head over to Route 38 to get our next encounter. That turns out to be a Farfetch. Yay, another normal flying type bird with Keen Eye as its ability. To the box you go. Next, we go to Route 39 and catch a a Miltank. Next, catching a Tentacle in Online City and crossing the sea to Cinnawood City, but not without catching a Krabby in Route 40 and accidentally killing a Shelder in Route 41. After finding that blue dog-cat thing, it looks at us for a second, then runs away. Then that person that is chasing it thinks that if he can beat me, he can earn its respect. So, after kicking his ass, we then go to the gym to get the next gym badge, but not without battling all 4 gym trainers. The first one went down easily, the second one went down easily, the 4th one went down easily. But the 3rd one almost killed boys. So, I swapped him out and sent in Sushi, as he went for 2 Mock Punches, followed by an Ice Punch, which manages to freeze Sushi. Then, it went for a Thunder Punch. Killing him. I don't even know why I stayed in. It was so obvious he had Thunder Punch after showing me he had Fire and Ice Punch, but for some reason I didn't think. With Sushi dead, we replaced him with the Poliwag we got when we defeated the Ghost Gym leader. I hoped he could live up to the legend that was Sushi. Then we trained even more, getting the main 2 Pokemon that we're going to use to level 31. Egg and Boys. So, there he was. Me versus Chuck. I took out his Primate in 2 hits of Aerial Ace, and then it was just his Poliwrath left. After exchanging Aerial Aces and Surfs, I got him down to 1 HP, with his Citrus Berry used up, and Boys sitting at 7 HP. After I switched into Egg, and go for a Yawn, he goes for a Focus Punch, which brings Egg down to 19 HP, so I sent out Rocky too. That then survives the next Focus Punch with 16 HP. I sent out Egg again, hoping to get a Wish off to heal Boys, and I did. But Egg died in the process. I then sent out Boys, expecting to get healed half health from Wish. But it didn't happen. I used Enduro as I thought that maybe Wish was 2 turns after it was used in Gen 4. But the Wish never came. I switched out Boys and into Wood, which took a super effective Surf straight to the face. One-shotting it. I then sent out Wade to hope that it goes for Focus Punch, and I would just keep on hitting it. That worked for 3 turns. And after that, the AI finally picked Body Slam. One-hitting Wade. There was a 37.5% chance of that one-shotting Wade there. So, with 3 teammates down, 3 remaining, 2 with HP in the red, and the other being weak to the Poliwrath, there's not much I could do here. I sent out Boys hoping for a miracle. And somehow, Chuck decided to go for his first Hypnosis, and miss. Giving Boys the chance he needed to get the Oko, winning us the match, the Storm Badge, and the TM for Focus Punch. But not without its losses. After almost completely losing the Nuzlocke, I head back to Olivine City and go to the top of the lighthouse, which I forgot to do before defeating Chuck, so I can then go and get the secret potion to give to the Ampharos. I then train up a lot by going to Route 47 and getting a new encounter, which turned out to be a Chinchou. I catch it and name it Zappy and go to put it on the team for the electric coverage, but then I see it has the worst ability in the game, Illuminate, which just doubles the chance of wild Pokemon spawning, and that is it. So, after seeing that, I go back to Goldenrod City to get the Eevee off Bill and name it Soda. I then check its nature and see it has a naughty nature. I'm going to try and evolve Soda into a Jolteon or an Umbreon, whatever one I need more when I can evolve it. Now, in Route 48 is where I did most of my training, and got a Tauros as my encounter here. As I trained here, I evolved Barbecue into a Typhlosion and started to train up Soda, but as I sent Soda into battle for its first time, this happened. Yep, taken out by a Pursuit. I replaced Soda with Tear. The coughing I got in Burnt Tower. I then started training up Anger, the Spearow that I call all the way back in Azalea Town. And to make sure I didn't get any other Pokemon that could kill with Pursuit, I ran back to Cliff Cave to train there. Oh, also our encounter here was a Machop that Rocky 2 killed with a Grip. Anyway, it was going all good with none of the Pokemon learning Pursuit. I was finally safe from death. Or so I thought. I got into battle with a Geodude and then swapped out to Milk the Miltank as I was training that up too. After it went for a rock throw, it decided it felt like going out with a bang and used self-destruct, killing Milk and making me not so happy. I then replaced Milk with Hunger the Drowsy as I thought it would be best to have some psychic coverage. I then continued training up Anger at Route 48 only for it to get one-shot by a Pursuit. Wow, I love Pursuit so much, yay! Footman makes his triumphant return. I also decided that Route 48 is not the place to train out weaker mons, so I fly back to Route 34 and put Footman and Tyr in the daycare to level up while I train Hunger. After I got them all just over level 20, Route 34 was not giving me enough XP anymore, so I moved to Route 39, and then spent the next couple of hours training and even evolving Footman into a Knockdown. I then went back to Route 48 for some reason to continue my training now that everyone could hold their own against all the Pokemon that spawned there. Or so I thought, because as I was training Hunger up, he got hit with a move. That killed him. I want you to guess what move killed him. Go on. Out of all the moves, what one single move do you think killed him? That's right. Pursue. Okay, now that I had 4 Pokemon that were all level 36, I decided to just take on the next gym and see where it goes from there. So I walked in and didn't have to beat any trainers. Then it was just me versus Jasmine. She started by sending out one of her Magnemizers as I sent out Rocky 2 as she had just learned Earthquake. Rocky 2 then one-shot her first Magnemite and she sent out her ace early, Steelix. Rocky 2 then used a Surf that almost one-shot as it ate its Citrus Berry to restore just enough health that the AI doesn't use a potion on it, and then the next Surf takes it down. Her last Magnemite was easily taken down with an Earthquake, winning us the match, the Mineral Badge, and the TM for Iron Tail. Next, we head to Route 42, where a hiker ran into us and then apologizes by giving us the HM for strength. Get a new encounter. That is a Machop. We name him WWE, and after getting our encounter on Route 42, which was a Mankey, we added him to the team to train up. Then, in Mahogany Town, people kept on talking about the Gyarados in the Lake of Rage, and even saying that they heard a red Gyarados appeared at the lake. Now, I don't really believe them, so I go and check for myself, but before that, I get a new encounter at Route 43, which is a Flaffy. I catch it and name it Light, and go see what its nature is, hoping it's not a special attack minusing nature. Which it is not, but it is a speed minusing one, but it's better than nothing. So, I add Light to the team. Now, back to finding this red Gyarados. We get to the Lake of Rage and some of the people are saying that they can even see the red Gyarados in the lake. So I go over and check it out and there it is, just sitting, or actually swimming there. So I do what anybody would do in that situation. I battle and catch it. I then get asked if I want to help this random guy called Lance investigate something, which I agree to and follow him into a house as he tells his Dragonite to Hyper Beam a person point blank. I don't know if I'm on the right side or not. Like, am I a villain now? Like, what is happening? After going down the stairs, we hit a trip that sounds the alarm and 2 Team Rocket Grunts try and take me down. But Rocky 2 sweeps them away with Surfs. We then head further down and get told that to stop the machine we need a password. And then we later realise that we need one of the higher ups to say the password, and it will only open to their voice. So, we bribe a Murkrow to copy his voice and say the password at the door, opening it. Only for more people to try and stop me, which doesn't go well. For them. Then we had to destroy 3 Electrodes and then we're given the HM for Whirlpool by that Lance guy. After a bit more training, we evolved WWE into Machamp, as it was time to take down the Ice-type gym leader. After destroying all the gym trainers, it was just me versus Price. He started off by sending out his Seal that got 2 shot at WWE, and then was his Dugong that got 1 shot, and last was his Paliswan that also got 1 shot, winning us the match, the Glacier Badge, and the TM for Hail. After all of that, I get a call from the professor saying something about the radio broadcast we're talking about Team Rocket. So I head over there, and with some spare Team Rocket clothes that I pinched from one of the trainers before, and just as I'm about to walk straight on through, Bum has to come and ruin my flawless plan. So I've got to go to plan B, and that's destroy every Team Rocket member I see. When I get to the top, I kick this guy's butt, but not without losing Footman to a crit Fire Fang. There was an 18.8% chance to kill Footman here, and I was actually starting to like how well he was going. After putting Footman away, we don't really have anybody else that could fill the hole he left. It's not like there's just going to be another normal flying type with Keen Eye as its ability just to appear out of nowhere. Are you kidding me? Okay, fine, you can stay, but only because I need someone to allow me to fly to places. After that, we head to Route 44, and our encounter here is a Raikou, which to no one's surprise I didn't catch as it ran away. Next is Ice Path, and there is only 2 Pokemon that we can get here. A Jinx at a 5% chance, and a Swinub at a 40% chance. So, you already know what we got. Jinx. Yep. We somehow got the 5% chance Pokemon to spawn. Yay! After that, we finally got to Blackthorn City. When I was training though, I found something that I have never found in any of my playthroughs. Pokerust. Let me know down in the comments if any of you have ever got Pokerust, or if you even know what Pokerust is. I then remembered that now because we can use Whirlpool outside of battle, it means I can go to the Whirl Islands. When we get inside the Southeast Island, we can go ride and start to surf immediately to get our 30% spawn, which is Horsey. As we have already got Tentacle, and Tentacruel is in the same family evolution, so we can't get that either. Now, with our newest member of our team, which we call Poseidon, we can continue to train everyone up to around about level 45. After all the training, we can now challenge a gym. Well, after destroying all the gym trainers, that is. Now, it is just me versus Claire. She starts off by sending out a Gyarados, which I have to remind her is not a dragon type, by one-shotting it with light. Next, she sends out her first Dragonair as I switch out to Poseidon. It then goes for a Thunder Wave, as I forgot in Gen 4, electric types are not immune to paralysis. Because of that paralysis, we get slowed and she gets to move first, hitting us with Dragon Pulse. But after that, we show her what a real Dragon Pulse should do and one-shot it. As she sends out her second Dragonair, we then need to swap out for Jinx. I then go for Powder Snow that somehow freezes it, but its Shed Skin ability cures it immediately. After she goes for a Hyper Potion, we just start spamming Powder Snow, and after a few turns we kill it. Next comes in her ace, Kingdra. First, we use a Ring Out that does just under half of Kingdra's health, as it goes for a Hydro Pump, which misses. We then go for Fake Tears as it misses a second Hydro Pump, and then go for a Powder Snow that takes her down to about 5 HP, as Kingdra eats its Citrus Berry that puts it out of potion use. Kingdra then got annoyed with missing Hydro Pump 2 times in a row, and goes for Hyper Beam, bringing Jinx down to 48 HP. We then go for the last Powder Snow that finally kills it, winning us the match, but Claire has a tantrum and says she won't concede, because she thinks it was a fluke that we beat her. So she tells us to go to the Dragon's Den and to be tested by her grandfather. Which we easily chose the right answers, as Claire comes walking in all prideful, thinking we had failed, ready to laugh at her, as we tell her we had passed. This makes her go crazy, calling us a liar and saying she hasn't even passed the test. Her grandfather then steps in saying how impeccable in skill and spirit I am, telling her to admit defeat or he will tell that Lance guy about us. She then gets scared and gives me the Rising Badge, and then runs away. We then go and speak to her again, and she gives us a TM for Dragon Balls. We then go back to Claire's grandfather, and he gives us a Dratini that we name Speed because it knows the move Extreme Speed. Next is a Pokemon League, but first, we have to revisit the Professor's lab, as he gives us a Master Ball, and then a Komodo girl wants us to go see her. So, we go to see her, but then realize there are 5 of them, and we have to battle all 5, which is pretty easy. They then tell us to meet them at the bell tower. So, after climbing the tower, we meet them on the roof as they start to dance. Next thing I know, a giant red and gold bird flies down and challenges us to a battle, which we kill it to show it how much better we are and that we don't need it. So, after all of that, it's finally time to go to the Pokemon League. After we slowly get through all of the routes in Victory Road first. After adding speed to the team and then training everyone up to level 50 and speed up to level 55 so it can evolve, it is finally time to take on the League. First one up is Will, the Psychic user. He sends out Xatu as we lead with Light to one-shot it. Next is his Jinx, and we swap out for Barbecue that one-shots that. Next comes in Slowbro as I swap back to Light as she goes for Curse, lowering her speed and raising her attack and defense. But Slowbro doesn't have a physical move, and neither does Light. So Light easily one-shots her. Next is Exeggutor, which Light goes for a 4-time super effective Signal Beam that one-shots it. Last is a second Xatu that lands a Confuse Ray on me first, and I hit myself Confusion like a dummy. Light then remembers where we are and snaps out a Confusion, killing it in one hit. So, first one down, 4 more to go. Next is Koga, who is a Poison type user. He sends out his Aranidos as I send out Barbecue that cooks him with a single flamethrower. Next comes out Fortress, which knows Explosion. So we swap out for Rocky 2 as its damp ability finally comes in useful. We then trade turns with it, me hitting him with Waterfall, him hitting me with Toxic Spites, until eventually I killed it. Next comes in Crobat, and after he sets up multiple double teams, before Light comes in and kills it. The last 2 Pokemon come in and easily get killed by speed. That makes it 2 down, 3 more to go. Next is Bruno, which is a fighting type user. He starts off by sending in his Hip on top as I send in speed. He can only go for quick attack on me, so I set up 2 Dragon Dances that allow me to sweep his entire team. Last of the Elite Four is Karen, that is a Dark type user. She sends in Umbreon to start as I go for WWE that one-shots with Cross Chop, and then one-shot the Murkrow that comes in after. But she then sends in her Gengar. Now, I'm not too worried about killing this because I have Thief, and that is a 2-hit KO. But her Gengar has Destiny Bond, and I don't want WWE to die here. So, I have to be careful. I go for Thief, as I bring its HP down to just under half. Then I go for Wake Up Slap to waste a turn as it goes for Destiny Bond. We then go back and forth with a fighting move and Destiny Bond until he runs out of PP for it. I then go for Thief and kill it. Crisis averted. I then one-shot Houndoom and then bring in Barbecue to one-shot the Vileplume. And that's the Elite Four defeated with no losses. Now, on to the champion, Lance. He starts off with his Gyarados as I send in Light. After getting flinched by its first waterfall, Light then one-shots it. Then, he sends out his ace, the level 50 Dragonite, which is still a hacked Pokemon because Dragonite doesn't evolve until level 55. But, here is when I have to make a tough decision. I could bring out Speed or Poseidon and hope to live an Outrage if it goes for it. Or, That's right. I need to be able to bring in speed without taking a hit. I'm sorry I had to be like this, Light. You were good. All the way to the end. Rest now. For now, you have done your part. With your life, you have saved many. Thank you, Light. Now, with Light's sacrifice, speed comes in and one-shot Lance's Dragonite, before it can outrage anymore. Next comes the other two Dragonites, which are both level 49, and they both get one-shot. He then sends out Aerodactyl, so I go for a Dragon Dance as it hits me with a Rock Slide, bringing me to 93 HP. I then sweep the rest of Lance's team, making us the champion of the Johto region. This is sadly where our story ends, for the time being. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you made it all the way to the end, let me know in the comments if you want to see me continue this adventure throughout the Kanto region.